All right, we're back with the Bitcoin update today. Sorry I was gone yesterday. Daughter's field trip. I'm back here. I'm definitely glad you had to know that information. But let's get right to Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Looking at the shorter time frame, then we'll zoom out to like the daily chart, the weekly chart, get the bigger picture. But for now, let's look at what we need to be looking for the next several sessions, next several candle sessions, and also next several days following. So if you like it, find any help and usefulness out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, help spread the word. If you want more content, follow us on Patreon and Telegram and Twitter, all linked right below you. Let's go. 4 hour chart right here. This is a piercing candle reversal pattern here, right? So you see this candle, right? Why is it called a piercing? Well, look what it did to the Bollinger Bands, right? You have to have the Bollinger Bands and you have to have this candle go outside, recover, close inside, small candle body, and then you want to see follow through on the next one. That's what we got here. So that confirms that and likely going higher. But this was kind of a fake out. What do I mean by that? Well, you think of like the gym bros, right? They talk a lot of smack and they look strong, but then when it's time to follow through, right, to higher prices, they kind of wimp out, right? And what did Bitcoin show us? Well, he got up here, flexed, but then look at these candles, these next four right here, or three, right? Look at this wick, right? And this gives you a clue that it's not quite as strong as it appeared here. So looking at this 4 hour chart, right? Here's this wick, this high wick, 30,572. We never hit that. And then the following candles never hit the previous candle. That's a sign that you're losing momentum on this move, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And then you start to, you're losing that momentum, right? This is kind of a worrisome what you need to be watching out for. You want to at least see a higher high made at some point after a kind of a reversal, like a sharp reversal. You got to see some kind of a continuation, and we just didn't have it. So every session it was lower than the next session, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Now we're back down to where we were just yesterday. So the 100 EMA on the 4 hour, that's where we're showing pretty good respect here so far here. If you zoom up to the next kind of time frame, let's go to the daily. Where are we at now? Well, now we're at the 21-day EMA, also the 20-day SMA, which is the median line on the Bollinger Band, so you don't have to have the SMA and the EMAs together. The 20 SMA is the median line on the Bollinger Band, so if you didn't know, now you know, right? It's that thin purple line here. And we're kind of right around there. So we haven't really touched that since back in this area, but we haven't closed below that in quite some time here, right? We're got to go all the way back to, February, right? That was the first time, right? That candle right there, after this, right? After a move up, right? That was the last time we kind of hit it and breached it on the way down here, right? So you got to be watching out for things that haven't happened in a good bit of time. And then as you see, last time we closed below it, right, we had some further downside action. So that's where I'd be looking at for today for our daily close, right, 29, just about 29K, right? If we close under 29K, all you have are the odds in crypto, so there's no guarantees, but the odds would definitely move up that we would have some more downside, whether that be 2% more or 20% more. Nobody knows. But the last time we closed below that, right, if you take it from that measured move down, right, our lows was another additional about 15% to our next lows. So if we rhymed with that, let's just take it from the 21 EMA and let's say another 10 to 15 to 10% would get us to roughly 26K. 15% gets us to like 24.5. Also would be coincidentally around that 200-day EMA. Would likely continue to even still rise a little bit slowly, even if prices are falling, right? The 200 is a little bit more difficult to move abruptly, but as you can see, when we broke it, let's see how many days that took. About 2 weeks, so 14 days you see there. So if we were to do that today and we were to rhyme again, not that we have to do any of that, just to give you some kind of ideas, if we want to rhyme, 2 weeks out puts us the first week of May, and roughly 15% puts us around that 25K mark, which if you've been watching any of my videos at all, you would know that the weekly, that is a perfect target for our weekly kind of throwback of our breakout level here on this candle. That is also the 200 week EMA right there, around 25K. Would likely also be around the 21 week, which is a huge divider for bull bear markets. As you can see, we have not closed below the 21 week. We're going to need a retest of that sometime between now and the next several weeks. Maybe a couple months. Maybe we can last till summertime, June, July. But we're going to have to test it. There's going to be multiple tests of the 21 week throughout the bull run, right, for the next several years, right? We're going to, no matter how bullish we get, we're going to have retest of the 21 week. Look at any bull run, and you're testing the 21 week time and time again until you get your macro liftoff levels and your end of bull runs and your crazy moves, right? But I mean, look at the last bull run, right? So let's even go back to 2019 when we really started, or even after the pandemic, right? I mean, look how many times we're testing, up and down. No matter how bullish we get, right? We're hitting these throwbacks to these higher moving averages, the 8, the 14, the 21. That's what we're looking like. I mean, these moves, no matter how bullish you get, we're hitting that. Once you close below the MA21 on the weekly, I mean, there's trouble afoot, right? On any time frame, you can use that, right? But the higher time frames mean, higher consequences, right? So that's what we'll be looking at on the bigger scale. I like that we held the 100 week up in here, so maybe that's initially, maybe that holds, and maybe we go higher first, right? Nobody knows what's coming. All you have are the odds. I'm trying to relate the odds to you, give you, at least show you the data. You can make your own decisions. But if we have a bigger move to the downside, and this would be even the start of the week, right? So we started about 30,500. 70% red candle for Bitcoin is a paltry move, really. That's par for the course. Nothing big, right? No surprises. I don't think anyone would be shocked if we come back down to 25K, right? Still healthy as long as we're remaining above there. We're still good to go. So don't panic if you see us go down here. Please remember that we're up 2x off of the lows. So keep a big perspective. As long as we don't cross that line with a weekly close, right? And if you want to do weekly closes, just put on a line chart that takes out all the wicks. So that's what we're looking for to get a bullish retest of this area over the next coming weeks. Wouldn't surprise me. Shouldn't surprise you. It's still calm. This would actually be, the key word is bullish retest. So we talked about this in my last video as well. So this would be give us more fuel, right? We come back down after launching a throwback to the breakout area. That would be super healthy. Refuel us, and then more moves to the upside likely ahead. However, if we close this, we got some more explaining to do, and we will talk more bigly about that if and when that occurs. But until then, right, load zone, right? If you missed all of this move, hopefully you didn't. You want to be accumulating if we get back down into this area. Dollar cost averaging on your way down, because you don't know if you're going to bounce here and go to 35K, or you don't know if you're going to cut through that and then hold this and then bounce to whatever K you want to do. But dollar cost averaging anywhere, if we get down here, maybe you buy a little bit. If we come down more, maybe you buy a little bit more, right? That's the beauty of dollar cost averaging. Nobody knows what you're going to do, but you in general rule of thumb, you don't want to be dollar cost averaging right here, right? Because you don't know if you're about to come back down or just come back up. Dollar cost averaging on retests of moving averages is your best plan, right? If you had to just pick one, that would be a pretty decent one to follow, right? Buying at the top of green candles, 20% green candles, is not likely in your best interest, but that's we're doing a little bit of ramble here, just kind of giving you some food for thought for the long term. But watch this for today. The 21 EMA is where we need to be holding for today's close, tomorrow's close, any close. If you see it close below that, realize the odds are going up of you going lower. So hopefully that makes sense. If so, right, where's our zone? I mean, we just look at consolidation zones, right? If you fall out of one, you're going to the next one. So 27K is kind of the low on that consolidation zone. If we hit it, right, great. If maybe we hit that and bounce with a wick. But if we get back in this, this could trap us in here for another couple weeks. Sure. If we lose that, the odds again are going up to your next consolidation zone. Where's your next consolidation zone? It's what we talked about on the weekly time frame, right? This closing candles, you're looking like somewhere right in there. You know, maybe with a wick, we revisit the lower part, but I mean, look at your 200-day right there at the bottom, right? Your 100-day at the top. So 25, 24 to 25K, that's your next zone. If we lose that, then we have some bigger issues that we need to talk about. But until then, you know, bullish, 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 right? You want to be buying on throwbacks. You know, not financial advice, but that's what you do. If you're a pro and you do this for your living, that's what you do. You don't buy on massive breakouts. You buy on bullish retests. And so this is what we're doing, right? We've crossed the 100 over the 200 historically. Right? That's only been one fake out in history for Bitcoin. You know, every other time since, other than the pandemic, right? When this crosses, bull market has started. 100 over the 200. Stupid simple, right? That would tell you that we've started. It doesn't mean you can't come back here, right? Can't do 10, 20%, you know, breakdowns for Bitcoin or retests out of Bitcoin on any given week are par for the course, right? Don't freak out, right? Moving down, we could absolutely be back at 30,000, 31,000 in 24 to 48 hours. Could we do that? Could we be at 27,000? Yeah, of course. Nobody knows what's coming. Follow the charts, follow the price. Price is king. No matter what the narrative is and the markets and the world, the prices will tell you everything you need to know. You close below the MA21, odds are you're going down further. If you bounce off the MA21, you could be right back to where you were the previous session, right? So watch the charts, forget the chats, forget the news. The prices are king, have been, always will be, right? The price will tell you the news, right? So hopefully you found that helpful. Let's do a quote of the day, and I will do it with you because I haven't updated it. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. By Robin Williams. You know, you know, to do this, right? You have to still be alive. Bad joke. Too soon. Car of the day. I didn't do it again. I'm well prepared. Oh, I got a good one on my desk. How about a throwback to the early days of American, you know, badassery, for the I guess the modern badassery, right? We've always made some Chargers and Challengers and stuff, but the first Dodge Viper, I'll go with that one. Lime green. I've never seen one in real life. All you see in this model are black and red, maybe a silver I've seen, but other than that, it's like they're I feel like they made 90% black and red, and they saved the cool colors for the models. Whatever. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you found this mildly entertaining, if nothing else. I'll see you later.